So Rockstar Games has been getting a lot of understandable shit tossed at their doorstep after they announced Red Dead Redemption was coming to modern consoles, which according to Rockstar is the 10-year-old PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. And I wanted to talk about why fans are actually partly to blame for their own anger, but I also want to talk about Rockstar's fall from grace this past decade and how this will affect Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, fans are upset that Rockstar has chosen not to remaster Red Dead Redemption. But the problem with that is, based on their own history, there was minimal reason to expect them to. The fans who are most upset need to take responsibility for following a trail of breadcrumbs that were placed by websites and fans themselves. Remember, this rumor all began with a South Korean rating of a console version of Red Dead Redemption, and it was media, fan accounts, and fans themselves that began speculation. You're angry at Rockstar not because they failed to fulfill a promise, but because they didn't fulfill a dream you yourself created. And this is a problem that I've noticed with Rockstar fans. You continue to expect Rockstar and Take-Two to put players before profit when they've continued to show you that profit is king, and in some instances, fans have reciprocated that bottom line thinking with sales. For example, the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition is without a doubt one of the most soulless, downright disrespectful treatments of a key series in gaming history we've ever seen, and absolute cash grab in every sense. Well, the question wasn't about how do we properly honor the trilogy that built this house. Instead, it was how do we maximize our return by investing as little as possible, and fans responded by purchasing over 19 million copies in under 2 years. The lesson here, boys and girls, is tweets, posts, threads, videos, review bombing, and the sound of your complaints means absolute jack to Rockstar anymore, because this sound is the only one that matters. By now, I'm sure you're familiar with the frog and scorpion fable. You're the frog and Rockstar is the scorpion. The difference here is Rockstar is sitting at the edge of the river with a sign that reads, "Do not trust me. I will sting you if you help me cross this river." And fans are saying, hop on. They're also upset at the $50 price point for a product that contains less than the original, since they're not including multiplayer into these ports. And I addressed this in a tweet by saying publishers don't price based on the value of the game, they price based on what their data says they can get away with. The very next day, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick said $50 was commercially accurate, to which fans responded with laughter, but he's correct, because Take-Two has access to enough data to justify that price point. And even if you think it's too much, there are enough people out there that will buy it at $50 to justify it. Years ago, I claimed that Nintendo changed the remaster/re-release game when they announced 3 relatively untouched games for $60 and sold over 9 million copies. They proved to publishers that they were undervaluing nostalgia and that they should price their games accordingly, especially if it's as critically acclaimed as Red Dead Redemption, and these are all financial decisions. Take-Two is also the parent company of 2K, which published the Mafia trilogy for $60 and included the Mafia Definitive Edition, a top-to-bottom reimagining of the original, because re-releasing that game in its original form wouldn't have been enough. It doesn't have the brand recognition that Red Dead does. Take-Two and Rockstar are more than capable of a remaster running in the RDR2 engine, but choose not to because ports offer a better return on investment and they have a minimal impact on your core development teams. Both the GTA trilogy and this upcoming Red Dead port are being handled by third-party companies, Grove Street Games and Double 11 Studios. Now, for a while, this iconic logo was a seal of quality in our industry, a yellow diamond-plated stamp of excellence. Rockstar Games was a developer and publisher that rose to prominence through a diverse library, taking existing genres and putting their iconic spin on it, and for a while, we were spoiled rotten by that talent. Rockstar's 2000s were one of the greatest developer decades in gaming history, beginning with 2001's release of Grand Theft Auto 3, which was followed by Vice City and San Andreas. We actually got these 3 masterpieces within a 4-year window. Also in that decade, we received Max Payne, Midnight Club, Bully, Manhunt, Table Tennis, The Warriors, and Red Dead Redemption. In the last 13 years, Rockstar has released just 3 original titles, and while the quality of these releases are up to par with what we've come to expect from this company, it's obvious that profits have taken the wheel, and Rockstar continues to follow this road while ignoring what got them here: 2 months ago, they removed over 180 cars from GTA Online, placed a number of them behind the GTA Plus paywall, and told gamers it was done to streamline the shopping experience. They delisted the original trilogy from Steam to force players to buy their newer, much shittier version. These are anti-consumer tactics done in service of the almighty dollar. But there's actually one more thing to blame for what's recently happened to Rockstar, and that is Grand Theft Auto 5 and its upcoming sequel. See, from 2000 to 2010, we got 10 separate Grand Theft Auto stories. From 2013 to 2023, we've gotten Grand Theft Auto 5. And the reasoning is simple. That game has sold over 185 million copies and is still averaging over 10 million copies sold per year. And it actually sold 5 million copies in the last 3 months. We are in its 119th month of release. To put that in perspective, Resident Evil 4's remake sold 5 million units in its first 4 months. When you have a product that continues to sell, it actually becomes fiscally irresponsible to invest in anything else, because since its launch, Grand Theft Auto 5 has generated over $8 billion in revenue. What this all means is that Take-Two and Rockstar are betting the entire farm on Grand Theft Auto 6. All their development resources are being focused on this singular title and its online companion, because using development power to remaster an older title will never net you a greater return than GTA 6. Grand Theft Auto 5 generated more than 815 million within 24 hours and $1 billion in its first 3 days. This means if Rockstar invested $1 billion to develop Grand Theft Auto 6, it would break even on its first day of release, especially if they launch on PC, which would break from the tradition, but would financially make sense. Now, Max Payne 1 and 2 are only being remastered because Rockstar isn't taken away from GTA 6's development, and Remedy is the perfect team to do it because they delivered the originals. Now, I fully expect Grand Theft Auto 6 to meet and exceed the quality that we've come to expect from Rockstar Games. But its release is the monkey paw's middle finger, because it means we will be playing Grand Theft Auto 6 for the next decade. When the PlayStation 6 launches in 2027, we won't see a Red Dead Redemption 3 on there. It's going to get Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 6 ports, because GTA 6's online will generate so much revenue. I think all of their teams are currently going to be focused on delivering persistent content for GTA Online, and Rockstar is planning a 10-year roadmap to support it. And my theory is they will be crafting their own role-playing feature, capitalizing on GTA 5's role-playing server success. Now, this has been my theory for years, because I can't imagine Take-Two not wanting to take advantage of this, especially when you have rapper T Grizzly revealing his own server generates about $200,000 per month from membership fees. And they set a precedent on this before. In the middle of 2021, they began going after various mods such as GTA Underground alongside other groups who were attempting to reverse engineer GTA 3 and Vice City, choosing to settle out of court. These actions were taken mere months before they announced the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition. Now, of course, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Take-Two starts coming after role-playing servers, because they decided to build it into their next release. Now, my personal concern with Grand Theft Auto 6 is, while I still want to believe we will receive a full-fledged standalone experience at launch, I no longer trust this company, and the game could be filled to the brim with microtransactions even in the single player, because when Strauss Zelnick extended his contract until 2029, an incentive was written in where he will earn bigger bonuses if he increases recurring consumer spending, aka microtransactions. I guarantee you no NBA 2K fan thought that they would be playing in the middle of a casino instead of a basketball court, but there's a reason why those decisions are being made. So if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, is that Rockstar has eroded the respect they used to have for their fan base. And until they earn it back, do not give it to them willingly. Rockstar has shown you who they now are, and Take-Two has identified that the GTA cow is still serving tall glasses of ice-cold cash, so much so that dedicated development to anything else would make no sense. In a way, fans have loved Grand Theft Auto 5 so much, it's actually led to the destruction of everything else this team is capable of. Now, I want to believe that as GTA 6's development winds down, that work will begin again on Bully 2, or Red Dead Redemption and Manhunt will one day get proper remasters. But I will continue my wait and see approach because I don't trust Rockstar anymore. And as the great poet Jermaine Cole once said, "Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me three times, f the peace signs. Load the chopper, let it rain on you." Like it if you liked it. Subscribe, please, if you loved it. And tell me how you really feel down below. Thank you so much for watching.